We pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill, Extreme Tech, another salad video. We're going to take a look at my 28 rigs on salad right now, what they're doing. We'll take a quick look at some of the changes, kind of some of the little tinkering I've done and all that. If we look at this first off, this looks like this is, it's not fully solid, but it is pretty solid. There's not a lot of real big spikes up and down, it doesn't look like. So this looks like I have been running a lot of real solid containers consistently, which kind of makes sense. If you look, it says in the last 24 hours I made $35. This is probably a little below, let's see, so it's like probably about 43 cents to 27 cents ish is kind of what it's been kind of going in between on this line here. I've seen it get over 45 cents. I think we go to the last 7 days. I had a pretty good day a couple days ago. Yeah, I had $39 and 44 cents, 45 cents a couple days ago. So yesterday was $36. Day before that, well, 36.17, 36.44, 39.44, 31.18, and then where I was contemplating just completely giving up on salad, still at like $20. So last several days have definitely been really, really good. If we look at the last 30, you can see we got hurricane right here and bigger hurricane right here, and then it's been coming back and doing pretty good. So overall, I'd say I feel pretty happy about it. I'm on 28 machines right now. This did change. I just tried looking at this. This was showing 30 forever. I don't fully get why. I don't know if they updated this now, where if you don't log on to a machine within a week, it takes it off. Because this would show 30 forever, because my salad is installed on my laptop right here. Right there. That looks backwards to me in the camera. But salad is installed on my laptop, so that was 30 for a while, and machine 29 has only been offline for a couple of days. Well, I guess since the hurricane. I guess it's been a week. So they might have changed this where your machine IDs, if it's not active for a week, it might delete it off of your list here. So I guess if it's not active for the last 7 days, it might not be active on here anymore. If we go 30 days, yeah, still not showing them in there either. So kind of interesting. I was trying to see if I could find my machine ID on the first machine, but I wasn't able to do it. So that was something newer that I'd seen that I thought was a little weird. But yeah, it looks like the salad's definitely cooking along pretty good. Did a couple things, but I guess we'll get into that when I get into the actual machines here. So let's go and look. So we have 29 machines active. I changed the hard drive in this one because it wasn't reporting correctly. So I pulled the hard drive out of this machine here. And this was BCPC top. I don't know, it was technically machine 1, but I think I pulled it out. Let's see, what did these say they are? Yeah, it's BCPC top 1. It's got a 3060 in it, but it's currently sitting there in pieces. I still haven't got that motherboard yet. I did finally see the Amazon thing saying it did ship, so I should get it in a couple days. There's a bunch of issues with everything with Amazon. I think they're having an issue down here with the hurricane stuff, and I don't know. So we'll see. I should get that motherboard in, get that machine fixed, and be able to start troubleshooting it. But I have two 20-core PCs, a 16-core Threadripper, a whole bunch of these 12-core BC/PC Brandon Coins shop. These 12-core combo kits. I have different amounts of RAM in all of them, but I think his kits all come with 64. And like my 3090s have 64, but most of my 40 series cards have 96 gigabytes of memory in them. Then I have a 12-core PC, 4 8-core PCs, 5 6-core PCs, and 3 4-core PCs. So let's get into some of this here and start seeing what we're doing. So on this one, it's not currently showing a job yet. I'm not 100% sure if this machine is actually working right. It wasn't reporting jobs, so I pulled the hard drive out of a different machine and put it into this one, hoping that that would work. But I don't know because this hasn't picked a job up yet. This one wasn't active in a job when I stopped it. I saw it was idle, so I was like, this seems like a great time to pull it out. I was going to just do a refresh install of Windows, but I felt like I would just reinstall Windows on the other one. So my 3090 doesn't have to be turned off for a while. Try to keep it, so my 4090 doesn't have to be turned off. Try to keep it up and running. I figured I would just pull the hard drive out of the machine that's not working. And then when I get the new hard drive, when I get the new motherboard in, then I will just reinstall Windows on that other one. This idea somebody gave me in the comments. Let's see if I can bring that up real quick and give him his proper due. Well, that's not on me. That's on the gaming channel, so let's switch over to the tech channel. Notifications. Not that far back. That was pretty recent. Bleach 500 suggested that I just reinstall Windows. So that's kind of what I tried to do. I didn't actually reinstall Windows though. I just put a different copy of Windows in here. So we'll monitor this one and see what happens. I tried looking through the logs to see if I could see what the machine ID is, because I don't know if, I think the machine ID is actually linked to the motherboard, so it might still be the same machine ID, but it's still calculating, so we'll have to wait to see. I was hoping I could pick up a job before I did this video, like, yay, they all work great, but this one currently it's still just calculating, so just we will see. But it should work now, hopefully. Hopefully they should all be reporting correctly. So then this next one, 20 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one's calculating. This one right here, I just updated this one a couple minutes ago. I turned everything on. AMD Threadripper 1950X, 16 core, 64 gigabytes of memory, RTX 3090. So I just updated this one to 1.6.6. I believe it was on 1.6.5. It had been running pretty constantly, just happened to finish the job. So I have a couple machines still straggling that need to be updated to the latest version. So when I saw it was available to be updated, I updated it. It's kind of how I do it, so wasn't expecting to see that one running. So kind of weird the first 3 machines aren't running at all, and I'm still doing pretty good. Moving on to this next one, this one's going to be on version 1.6.6 still. It needs to be updated, but I'm not going to update while it's in the middle of a job. It looks like it's all working right, so this is the beginning of my 12-core BC/PC.com boards. Yeah, so this is 12 cores, 96 gigabytes of memory, RTX 4090 is doing $5.60. So that is pretty nice. I think this one's doing a little bit better. This one's on the newest version, so on 1.6.6. I don't think this one being updated really makes a difference. I think this one just happens to be on a job where they're paying a little bit more for it, so they're probably paying for more cores or more memory. But it's still going to be the high priority job. So this is a 12 core, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4090 is doing $6.27. Okay, next one, 12 core, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 is doing $2.62. So this is the medium tier priority job. You get into the next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti is doing $2.62. This is another medium tier priority job. You get into this next one. 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is just calculating. Oh wow, I thought the 3090s were all working. I guess they must have just finished up all those 3090 jobs they had in there. Here's one that's working. 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is like $2.62. This is the medium tier priority job. Ooh, man. I didn't think I was this tired. I keep yawning though. It is kind of early for me to be up. But, yeah. So, 3090, $2.62, medium tier priority. I think the 3090s right now look like they are probably a better card to be on salad than most of the other ones because they've been running so consistently. This isn't really where I'm going to make that point, but when I get to another machine, I have a 3090 that's on a high priority job. And that's where it's going to really become evident. Alright, here we have 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one's just calculating. Let's see, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 3090, $2.62. This one, it's a medium tier priority job. This is still going to be on version 1.6.6. Oh, I was wrong on the versions at the beginning of this. Everything fully updated is version 1.6.7, not 1.6.6. That's right, they did those two in like back-to-back days. 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3080. This is doing $2.46. That seems pretty nice. So that's a medium tier priority job on a 3080. It's got to be pretty rare, but that's pretty nice. This is where I'd really start saying that I think the 3090s look like they're probably a really good option now for this, whereas I think they weren't for a while. Because this is definitely a high priority job. This is over $5. So 12 cores, 96 gigabytes. RTX 3090 is doing $5.43. If we look here too, my GPU usage, it's not really that high, so it's not like, and one of the complaints people are like, oh, it's burning $4 a day. It's not burning $4 a day. This is probably burning, 30 to 40 cents a day. So, but yeah, $5.43. That is pretty nice. Does lead me to believe, because I don't think if we get in, I think the next two are both the 4060 Ti's. Yeah, this one's calculating, and this one's also calculating. So one of my three 4060 Ti's right now is working, and I think it's only making like, what is it, like the 246? The same amount I think that the 3090s are making. But if the 3090, I think, is more likely to get a high priority job right now than a 4060 Ti is, and they're working more constantly, I'd say it does look like right now at this moment in time, if you can get a 3090 at a really good price. I would not overpay for a 3090 at all though, because the 5090 is going to be coming out pretty soon. I think they're saying maybe like January-ish. So, it's about to be a really old card, but if you can get it on the cheap, then it might be a good idea to pick some up if you can get them cheap. Let's see, so if we go to this next one here, this is my AMD Ryzen 9-core 5900X 12-core. This is the one hooked up to the printer upstairs. It is currently just calculating. And then, let's see, this is the start of the 8-core PCs. So this one's still on version 1.6.5. This is on a really old version. It's doing $1.30. It's been running for 7 days right now. See that right here in the uptime. Well, it's been up for 7 days. I don't know if it's been running this job for 7 days. Because it's still in version 1.6.5, though, it's probably been running this for like 6 days, I wouldn't doubt. Because 7 days would be when everything came back on from the hurricane, probably. So, yeah. So if we go to the next one, So this was be a low priority job. This next one is also going to be another low priority job. i7 8 core 64 gigabytes RTX 3060 is doing $1.16. So the priority job, that's just like how much the customer wants to pay for it. I've got a video where I break that down, the new earnings video. So this next one, i7 8 cores 64 gigabytes RTX 3070 is doing $1.30. And this next one here is Ryzen 7 8 core 64 gigabytes RTX 3070 also doing $1.30. So these like cheaper machines are definitely starting to hold their own. Let's see, let's relook at those first three again here and see if any of them picked a job up while we were covering this. All that beeping is because everything needs to update. Still not a job on this one. I'm still waiting to see this. That one's probably not going to have a job. And this one's already got a job. So a couple minutes ago when we looked, I had updated this one probably like 10 minutes ago. Right before I started recording. So it's already on a $2.62 job. This is the AMD Threadripper 1950X RTX 3090. So that's nice. That one's already on job. Chrome Remote Desktop is not the best way to do this necessarily, but I don't feel like I have a better way to do this. There is a chance this can drop jobs, but I don't really have a better way to do it with this many machines, because I'm not going to be paying for, you know, like 30 monitors to be powering them. So this is just what we're going to deal with. This is machine 29. It was up and running at the hurricane and everything turned off. The power's been real funny on this one. It wasn't really the hurricane. It was just simply like I couldn't have reset this machine anyways. Just simply the machine, I couldn't turn it back on. Something wrong with the board. There's a whole group of these boards that were just not quite good, and this is one of those ones. So I got a new board coming, and I'm pretty sure it's the board. So we'll start troubleshooting and finding out. So we're into the 6-core PCs now. So this is an i5 6-core, 32 gigabyte RTX 3060 Ti. It's like a 10-cent job. That's not too bad. I did have two of these the other day that were doing 40-cent jobs. I've never seen the 40-cent job before. I took a picture of it. I put it up on in the Facebook group. ExtrmWill Facebook group. The gaming and tech channel group. So I put some more behind the scenes stuff up there. Not necessarily a whole lot of stuff. Mostly I just post them when I do a new video. But I put a couple random posts up in there. I'll put some funny memes in there too. I put another funny meme up in there today too. You know what? We'll look at that at the end. We'll look at the meme in that picture. So, let's see. So, RTX 3060, i5, 6-core, 64 gigabytes. RTX 3060 is calculating. Next one, 3070 Ti. This is a Ryzen 5, 6-core, 64 gigabytes. RTX 3070 is calculating. This next one, i5 6-core 32 gigabyte RTX 3070 is calculating. Alright, I got at least one of these 6 cores running. So Ryzen 5 6-core 64 gigabytes 3060 Ti is doing $1.30. I think all of my 3060 Ti's right now. Is this one running? They were all running this morning. No, that one's not, I guess. This morning, I think all three of them were running, and I was making $1.30 a piece on them because somebody had asked about is a 4090. I don't know if they were necessarily asking. They're saying, you know, the developers had said that one 4090 makes more than 5 3060 Ti's, and I can completely believe that because it's very rare to have all the 3060 Ti's running. I think the 3060 Ti's are probably only running at like 30 to 40% of the time. So because they're going to be idle so much, you're going to make more on the 4090 that should just always be running. unless you're me. And then my 4090s for some reason, that 20 core, I don't know why that one's a jerk. This one was running earlier this morning when I checked. Oh, but it finished. This one was doing, I don't know, what is that, like $1.30? I think they're all doing. This is the old machine, the 10-year-old i7, 4 cores, 16 gigabytes of DDR3, RTX 3060. I was tempted to retire this machine, but I did see earlier today it was it today? I guess it would have been yesterday already. Because I guess it is Sunday morning. It's early Sunday morning. Ugh. I have not had any caffeine yet. It's definitely early. I was trying to decide if I was going to go back to bed or not. But yeah, so this 3060, not running right now, but it was running yesterday. So I will be putting off retiring this machine as of yet, and I'll just hope that it picks up another job. So we'll go to this next one. The next i3 4 core 64 gigabytes RTX 3070. It's doing 10 cents. And the most reliable machine I have, i3 4 core 32 gigabyte RTX 3080, is doing $1.30. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, everything looks like it's all running pretty good. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. I definitely think salad's looking pretty good. I don't know if I've ever shown this on here before or not. I don't know. Can I do this without exposing anything real? Don't think this is showing any private data on me. But here's Facebook group. That's the office right here. Well, this is two different pictures. This top picture is the back wall, and this is the front wall. It doesn't currently look like this though, because I only have 2 of the monitors up here. I took the third one upstairs, but I did just post this picture. Let me get in here to see if I can make sure we are seeing this correctly. Let's move this over here. Oh. So I saw this kind of funny meme. Somebody, it just kind of randomly came on my Facebook feed. He has his RTX card here is in the front seat, and he made his girlfriend sit in the back seat. Safety first. I thought that was pretty funny. And then we got this one here, this weird job I've never seen before. Yeah, I had like 2 different machines on this. They were running these 40-cent jobs. I imagine it's got to be some kind of a transcription job, because at that cheap, I don't think that's a container, because they didn't run for very long either. So I don't think they're a container. It's got to be some kind of HD transcription. I don't have access to the controls with it like this, though. There's one other funny video. I thought this was pretty funny too. So yeah, that's me posting stupid stuff on Facebook. Right. No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. All right. So yeah, that's salad right now. Were there any other comments in here I needed to talk about? Let's look at this. Comments from my last video. Yeah, I want to say there were some, but now I'm just not. This is the PC that's in there. William A.B. Plano said, great video. Yeah, I love this PC. So, but yeah, this Joker Miner one. Hey brother, hope all's done well. Making $2.62 on the 3090. So Shotus one. This is going to be another 7 rigs medium. Here, 6 are working away. The 7th just new system. 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte cards, averaging $10 to $16 a day. It's little heaters. It's version 1.6.6. That's pretty good. It's nice to have everything running. This is going to be the start of the 12 cores from the Brandon Coin.
So the one I was kind of commenting on before. Oh wait, why am I getting sound?
Kits.
Shouldn't be getting sound. That's bad. Happy Okra JZ5 VT. The last day of sale, the developer said 140.90. Earned more than 5 3060 Ti 16 gigabytes according to the data. I guess I have to say that the 3060 Ti 3060 Ti are 16 gigabyte cards. I think, did they make an 8 gigabyte variant of that card? They're all 8 gigabyte cards. What is he saying? 3060 Ti's are all 8 gigabyte cards. They never made a 16 gigabyte variant. Is he saying if you're running 3060 Ti's only with 16 gigabytes? Okay, that makes probably way more sense. I'm not running any of them with only 16 gigabytes, because if it's only going to have 16 gigabytes, you're not going to get paid for the full amount of memory. Okay, that's what he's saying. So, my response to that was, that sounds about right. A 4090 making $5 a day is always running, and 5 3060 is running at 30% of the time at $1.30. Right now, 3 of my 3060 Ti's at $130 each is $3.90 total. Are making more than almost all my 4090s, because one 4090 was doing $3.12. That's the first one that I just put the new hard drive in, and then I had the one at 560 that we saw, and the other one at 627 that we saw. So, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but on average, I'm sure it's true. And then, yeah, Bleach 500 said reload Windows, which I think is a really good idea. So if you have one that's not reporting correctly, instead of just reinstalling Salad, just reflash the whole version of Windows. I think that's the best way to probably fix that problem for sure. Because, yeah, it just completely stopped reporting, and if it's not reporting, it's not doing me any real good. I can't do calculations to figure out if any of this is still worthwhile or profitable. I can say right now this is still super profitable, because there's no way my electric cost was anywhere near, in the last 30 days, $875. My estimate for my electric, I should get a new electric bill here any day now to cover the last month, but I don't think it was more than $300 just for this. My next electric bill should be pretty decent, because I lost power for like 4 days. And it's been a lot cooler, so the AC hasn't been running just non-stop. So my next electric bill should be somewhat stomach intolerable. Yeah, I think that's the video. I should probably come up with a better way to highlight comments I'm going to talk about from the previous video, but I like the idea of discussing the comments from the previous video. Do definitely like the idea of doing that. But the ones I discussed, I'd already brought them up in the middle of the video. The ones I really wanted to bring up. And then, yeah, so I had to come up with a better way of doing that. But yeah, definitely if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Pretty good about getting back to all of them. Pretty reasonable amount of time. I check it pretty regularly. So channel's still pretty small, so it's still pretty easy for me to do. I like the current state of Salad. I think it's doing all right. $40 days definitely make me pretty happy. You know, $39.66. That's pretty much a $40 day. That makes me pretty happy. So, looks like it's going good right now. I'll probably get up to 30 rigs, because when I get that new motherboard in, I should be able to troubleshoot what's wrong, and then I can start slowly ordering parts for machine 40. So yeah, I think everything's looking pretty good. I hope everybody out there is doing good, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.